Welcome everyone to Illinois Wesleyan University, a true gem right in the heart of Illinois. Known as IWU to the locals, this university is home to approximately 1,700 students who choose it for its sterling academic reputation, world-class caring professors, and almost limitless opportunities to get involved, have a blast, and make a difference. Located just 2 hours south of Chicago and 2.5 north of St. Louis in Bloomington, Illinois, IWU is a college you'll want to put on your radar. I'm your host, Alex Boylan, and over the next half hour, we'll tour this stunning 80-acre campus and meet a group of current Illinois Wesleyan students who call it home. We'll meet a visionary physics major with an entrepreneurial spirit, a singing neuroscience major, a student athlete gaining hands-on experience investing in the stock market, and much more. There are a lot of Wesleyan universities in the world, but this one has outcomes that truly set it apart. #1 for job placement in Illinois, 7th in the nation, and graduate earnings nearly $20,000 above the national median, based on Department of Education college scorecard data. Absolutely incredible. Illinois Wesleyan University has top-rated programs in entrepreneurship, nursing, theater, physics, business, and more. I'm so excited to welcome you to Illinois Wesleyan University. This is the College Tour. Illinois Wesleyan's home of Bloomington Normal is on many lists of the best places in the nation. It's ranked by Business Insider as a top 10 college town. We're about to meet a townie, Carson, a senior biochemistry major on a pre-med track. He'll tell us how the social scene in the Twin Cities makes Illinois Wesleyan a great place to be. The floor is all yours, Carson.
Thanks, Alex. I chose to go to Illinois Wesleyan University because of their outstanding pre-med program, scholarships, and because it's in a great town where I also grew up. Sister City's Bloomington Normal, or BLONO as we call it, provides ample opportunity for travel, entertainment, history, and great food. With some major corporations headquartered here, it's conveniently located between Chicago and St. Louis, close enough for a day trip to either. And it has some unique history with Abraham Lincoln, the Constitution Trail, and Route 66. One of my favorite parts about IWU is the benefit of being a small school with small classes, more one-on-one with teachers, but that we also get the benefits of a big school just up the street. The big college town feel that surrounds IWU brings an energy that sets us apart from other schools this size. BLONO offers shows, concerts, festivals, restaurants, and extremely fun nightlife. While BLONO's a blast, IWU has a tradition of serving the community with things like blood drives set up by Tri Beta, a biology honor society I'm in, and volunteer opportunities like the Midwest Food Bank that my fraternity, the Alpha Chapter of TEAC, partakes in. No matter what you may have an interest in, IWU and BLONO will have something you enjoy. Going here has given me opportunities, some of the best friends and memories, and been one of the best decisions I've ever made. Back to you, Alex.
Great job, Carson. The town gown connections at IWU really give students the chance to not just have a lot of fun, but also get involved and make a difference in the community. The campus has annual Do Well and Do Good awards to honor the accomplishments of students and student organizations, which is also incredible. Thanks again for sharing your story, Carson. Illinois Wesleyan is consistently ranked among the top liberal arts schools in the entire country. A stellar reputation that attracts students from across the U.S. and all over the world. Bea is one of those international students who found her home right here. She'll tell us how that exceptional education is surprisingly affordable. Bea, please take it away.
Thanks, Alex. Mabuhay po. I'm an incoming sophomore majoring in business. Also an international student coming from the Philippines, I'm very grateful to be able to pursue an education at Illinois Wesleyan due to the amount of scholarships and financial aid that was given to me. The generosity shown to me by the alumni have helped motivated me to continue pursuing my education. As of the previous semester, I was able to make the Dean's List. Being unsure of my major at first, I found it very helpful that the Heart Career Center at IWU brings so many alumni back to campus for job fairs and panels. It gave me an idea of a lot of different career possibilities, allowing me to better envision my future after college. However, my favorite part of Illinois Wesleyan is the tight-knit and accepting community that we have here on campus. Coming from a different country, you might think that it would be hard to make friends. But with the help of the events and activities set up by the many student organizations, I was able to get to know more people as well as to celebrate other people's cultures. I consider myself to be a people-oriented person, and I've really enjoyed being involved in the Asian Pacific American Coalition, the Spanish and Latin Student Association, and the Campus Activities Board, which helps plan major events for the student body like Fall Fest, Glow Golf, and the annual drag show. Whether you're coming from around the corner or across the globe, you'll find a community at Illinois Wesleyan. I sure did. That's my story. Back to you, Alex.
Wow, Bea, sounds like you really found your place to shine. I can see why the alumni are so involved in giving back to support new generations of Titans like you. And with a streamlined financial aid application process, more than 95% of incoming IWU students qualify for scholarships or grant assistance. Thanks again, Bea. While some students come to college raring to go with a list of clubs to join and activities to partake in, others take a little time to figure out what they want to do and even who they want to be. Meet Josh, an IWU student who discovered that one of the best parts of Illinois Wesleyan community is the way it meets you exactly where you are. Josh, please take it away.
Thanks, Alex. Hi, everyone. I'm a junior studying computer science and history with a minor in Greek and Roman studies. Yeah, I know, I'm nuts. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you here. Wesleyan wasn't my first choice, but it was the right choice. How do I know? Because Wesleyan gave me a place that I could call home, that welcomed me for who I am and what I do. You'll often hear people say that in order to get something out of college, you have to put everything in. And there's some truth to that. But the thing is, I started university at the height of the pandemic. When I got here, I didn't have a whole lot to give. I had no on-campus involvement. And yet, I still called this place home. Because even though I wasn't on a sports team, or in an organization, or in Greek life, my professors, my advisors, and most vitally, my peers made me feel welcome here. Even when I had so little to give. Even when I didn't join every club and be part of every organization. Wesleyan is the and university, because every time I thought it had given me all that any college could offer, I rounded a corner and found something new. A nationally ranked esports program, advisors that are the most supportive people I've ever worked with, professors who are excited to see new ideas and attitudes, peers that are willing to get to know me for who I am. Now, a lot has changed in my life since I first got here. I've gotten more involved and I've worked hard to make use of the incredible resources available here. But even when I didn't, I still felt welcome. The and university had more to offer than I could have ever imagined. Think about that for a second. Most of you probably have clubs and activities you want to be a part of. You have goals, drive, ambition. When I got to IWU, I had none of those things and I still felt welcome here. If this place is home to me, when I wasn't fully on campus with 3 jobs and no discernible free time, imagine what it could be for you. Back to you, Alex.
Josh, I absolutely love your story, and I'm so pleased that you found your home at IWU. As you can see, Illinois Wesleyan helps to take away the fear and confusion of who will you be and turn it into a bright future through countless opportunities and a supportive environment. Thanks again for sharing, Josh. IWU has become known as the and university, and you're about to find out why. JD is a senior majoring in business administration with a minor in advocacy. A leader on the track and in student government, he's a perfect example of the way students at Illinois Wesleyan get to explore their multiple interests and talents. Passing the baton to you, JD. Take it away.
Thanks for that introduction, Alex. Growing up in a small town and attending a small school, I was involved in many things. I ran cross country and track, started on the scholastical team, dove into student government, and even played a prince in a school musical. I knew in college I wanted to continue to be involved in as many things as possible. Going into my college search, I was looking at places big and small. After visiting a few schools, I quickly learned that a bigger school doesn't necessarily mean bigger opportunities. Illinois Wesleyan University offers a breadth of opportunities for students who want that well-rounded experience. In my time at IWU, I've competed at a high level in the cross-country and track teams, advocated for the student body through my role as vice president, and even jump-started my career goals by landing 4 different internships. By being a well-rounded student, my opportunities after IWU will be bountiful. In fact, 96.8% of the class of 2021 have jobs or are continuing their education. That makes us at IWU ranked #1 in Illinois for job placement and #7 in the nation. That Illinois Wesleyan experience will do that for you. Something I appreciate as an athlete at Illinois Wesleyan is that our coaches are committed to us getting a stellar education first and foremost. And yet, our teams win. IWU has 9 national Division III championships, and we're ranked in the top 25 for academic All-Americans for all NCAA colleges in the US. IWU truly is that and university. You can be this and that. I was an all-conference track athlete and an elected leader on campus. What will your and experience be? Well, that's my story, y'all. I hope to see you rocking that Titan Green soon since, well, Titan Green is over everything. #TGOE. Back to you, Alex.
Very impressive, JD. Thank you for highlighting Illinois Wesleyan's tradition of winning. There's another IWU tradition I learned about that I really love. Each year, during new student orientation, first-year students chalk their college goals around Aspiration Fountain, setting their dreams and intentions in motion. 4 years later, in the very same spot, faculty and staff proudly chalk the names of each and every graduate, celebrating all the goals achieved and dreams realized. What a powerful, powerful tradition. Illinois Wesleyan is a proven starting ground for innovation and entrepreneurship. College Factual ranked IWU as the best university in the Great Lakes region and the 9th best undergraduate school in the US for entrepreneurial studies. What sets them apart is that students in any major, like Roshan in pre-engineering, can pursue their dreams to create new things supported by faculty mentors. Roshan, take it away.
Thank you for the fantastic introduction, Alex. What's up, guys? I first came to Illinois Wesleyan when I was a middle school student for a science camp. I had no idea at the time that I'd end up choosing it for college. When it came time to choose a college, I was unsure of what direction to go in. Did I want to stay close to home? Did I want to go to a big school or a small one? What choice was the best for my career? My goal was to become an engineer, and one day I received a call from a physics professor at Illinois Wesleyan. He told me about their 3-2 program that would be fantastic in helping me get degrees in both physics and engineering in just 5 years. That professor has become my mentor today. Because Wesleyan is a smaller school, I've gotten the opportunity to get to know my professors and have them get to know me, as well as support my development. We get hands-on access to cutting-edge equipment that most schools only offer to grad students. This year, I was even given my own lab to work on my project to develop new smart workout equipment. I hope to develop a prototype and apply for funding through IWU's Titan Venture Challenge for student entrepreneurs. This Shark Tank-style challenge is one of the many ways in which IWU fosters innovation. Whether you study chemistry, biology, biochemistry, or math, IWU professors are always proud to see their students present their research at conferences or publish in scholarly journals, a distinctive opportunity to have as undergraduates. Not only has IWU prepared me for my career, but it's also provided me with many great experiences that I will cherish throughout my lifetime. I'm happy to be a student at IWU, and I hope that one day you will as well. That's all from me, Alex. Back to you.
Great job, Roshan. It will be exciting to see what you come up with. Illinois Wesleyan envisions a bright future for student innovators with its Petrick Idea Center as a living, learning, and creating community, a residential student space combined with innovation hubs for conceptualizing new ventures. Students are given the tools, resources, and knowledge to solve the world's problems right now while they're still students. Thanks again, Roshan. Besides academic excellence and opportunities to cultivate multiple talents, Illinois Wesleyan is known for its friendly and supportive community. Lots of small schools talk about their supportive atmosphere. At IWU, the faculty and staff back up that talk with action. Meet Ellie, a senior English major whose life took a turn she didn't expect. When it did, the Illinois Wesleyan community was there with open arms. Ellie, it's your time to tell your story.
Thanks, Alex. I wanted to attend Illinois Wesleyan University since I was 12 years old and I started going to the Chamber Music Festival. I wanted to go to Wesleyan so bad, but it was the only school I applied to, which was pretty nerve-wracking. I had no idea how much this school would change my life. On the first day of orientation, I met my now fiance, Hector. Going into our sophomore spring semester, we were met with a wonderful surprise we chose to embrace. We were expecting a baby. We immediately reached out to the school to discuss what kind of accommodations we could get to ensure our future academic success. They really went out of their way to help us. Our son was born exactly 1 week before the start of junior year. That first day of classes was really hard because I didn't feel ready to leave him yet. However, one of my professors pulled me aside and told me how happy she was to see me. I immediately felt better because I knew that she didn't just see me as a student, but as a whole person. The pandemic heightened everyone's anxiety. I was particularly stressed with a newborn baby at home. I reached out to my professors, and every single one of them allowed me to go online for 2 weeks while the cases decreased. While this created some extra work for them, they were all willing to do it to keep my son safe and also ease my anxiety. Completing my degree ensures my son's future, and I am so thankful to be a part of a university that understands that life happens outside of the classroom. Our son has truly become a part of this university. He is greeted and passed around not only by my friends, but also by my professors. I am so thankful to be raising my son as a part of this community. Here at Illinois Wesleyan, we have a tradition of walking across the stage at graduation and touching the pineapple. Not only a symbol of hospitality, but also about going into the world and doing good. At my graduation, I can't wait to touch the pineapple, and hopefully one day my son will too. Well, that's my story. Back to you, Alex.
Ellie, you, Hector, and Raphael make a beautiful Titan family. Building relationships and support between faculty and students isn't unique to Ellie. Professors and staff alike are known to host students at their homes for dinner, attend backyard barbecues at the president's house here on campus, or meet at the local coffee shop to discuss ideas from class. IWU is a family that truly cares for one another, and that is awesome. Illinois Wesleyan has been included in the Princeton Review's annual listing of best colleges every single year since the list's inception in 1989. Student survey described IWU as a small school that oozes big opportunities. Let's meet Tyler, who found her path and is making the most of some of those opportunities. Take it away, Tyler.
Thanks, Alex. When choosing a school, I decided to apply to just about everyone I could think of. Imagine my dilemma when they all accepted me. My mom and I decided to come and visit Illinois Wesleyan, and we absolutely fell in love with the campus's warm and welcoming atmosphere. I just knew that Illinois Wesleyan was perfect for me. I came in with a set major, but as time went on, I didn't feel like it was quite right for me. So, due to my love of reading and writing, I decided to switch to education and English writing. Even with 2 majors, my advisors laid out a plan for me, which keeps me on track to graduate in 4 years. I love our education program because we can start working in a local classroom as early as our first year. I also love that the program ensures that we will all become teachers that foster safe, equitable, and inclusive learning environments for all. At IWU, we are motivated to give back. I'm fortunate enough to do this at our Writing Center. I get to help my peers with their writing, and I also get to learn about other subjects through the work that they bring. All of this will help me to have levels of comfort and knowledge in the classroom that I couldn't get anywhere else. I've learned that nothing is too hard to overcome if you have community full of support, like I do here. I'm confident that once I graduate, I will be able to inspire my future students, just like my professors inspire me. At ARWU, I have been on the Dean's List, created genuine friendships, worked hands-on with students, and more. I can't wait to create my own classroom filled with the tools that Illinois Wesleyan has given me. Back to you, Alex.
Wow, thank you, Tyler. It's clear to me why this university has been called a model of the responsive, thoroughly successful small liberal arts university, an institution that engenders deep feelings of attachment and loyalty amongst its students and graduates, and that is amazing. Thanks again for sharing your story. Illinois Wesleyan is known for attracting bright, curious students with multiple interests and talents, and offering them opportunities to explore them inside and outside the classroom. Meet Emily from Queen Creek, Arizona, who totally fits the multi-talented bill and who's found success at IWU while being a neurodiverse learner. Emily, please take it away.
Hey Alex, thanks. So I'm going into my senior year here at Wesleyan, and I'm a neuroscience major with a focus in behavioral and a minor in psychology. IWU's regional admissions counselor was really compelling in convincing me to take a tour of campus, and I think that's what really solidified my decision to become a Titan. Now each year, I love taking Route 66 from Arizona to Illinois to see my beautiful campus. One of the awesome things about Wesleyan is that even as a neuroscience major, I can pursue music through the Jennings Scholarship. By participating in an ensemble, they cover private music lessons.
Shoulders out, just nice low breath.
Not only is studying voice a stress relief, but the unconventional style of learning stimulates your brain differently than a textbook or lecture. Another great thing is how small the classes are, because it really lets you have a connection with your professors that I don't think is possible at larger schools. One of my professors even offered me a mental health day when I showed up to class a little tearful. And even though it wasn't a big deal, as a neurodiverse learner, I really appreciate that they care about students and not about sacrificing mental health for grades. Illinois Wesleyan is a great place to be. It's a wonderful atmosphere and everyone's really friendly, especially at Tommy's, the best dining place on campus. After IWU, I hope to earn a master's degree in neuroscience and eventually give back to the campus I've been able to thrive in. Back to you, Alex.
How cool is it to see that students are encouraged to find ways to marry their talents and discover unique ways to live successful, meaningful lives? That might be one of the reasons IWU grads are so highly sought after by top employers and graduate schools. Good luck with everything, Emily. We are all rooting for you. Take care. Many students find they learn best by doing. And Illinois Wesleyan gives students the real-world settings and tools to apply their knowledge with real-world payoffs. You're about to meet Clay, a varsity athlete and member of the Theta Chi fraternity, who recently completed a class within his finance major that paid major dividends both as a class project and in his own professional development. Clay, the market is now open for business. Take it away.
Thanks, Alex, and hey, everyone. When looking at what university I wanted to attend, I wanted to go somewhere that would allow for me to get a great education, continue playing the sport I love at a collegiate level, and still have time just to take part in other activities and clubs. Illinois Wesleyan University had everything I was looking for. IWU has an extraordinary network of successful alums in almost any field you can imagine. We have alumni who are CEOs, doctors, lawyers, and leaders in their discipline. And they're incredibly willing to engage with and support us current students. One of them even donated to create the Bloomberg Finance Lab, which is where my coolest class ever, the portfolio management class, gets access to real-time financial market data and electronic trading capabilities with the same tools used by top professionals in the finance industry. In this class, we get to invest real money, and over the last 10 years, the students have taken the portfolio from $250,000 to over $4 million. And the best part about this is we get to receive our Bloomberg certificate, which will look great on our resumes. Another distinctive thing about the business programs at IWU is that my classmates who are accounting majors can complete the coursework needed to sit for the CPA within 4 years. Most colleges, it takes 5, and they can still do internships, many of them with one of the big 4 accounting firms. In fact, as a finance major, this summer I'm interning in Chicago at JP Morgan Chase, a position I initially heard about through an alumnus I've been able to get close with. When I first started college, I never imagined the opportunities and growth I'd be able to experience, all thanks to IWU and its awesome alums. Now that's a little bit about me, and back to you, Alex.
Wow, talk about hands-on learning, a stock portfolio that you and other IWU students have grown to over $4.5 million. Clay, we are so impressed. And how amazing for a small school to have gold standard resources like those Bloomberg terminals at your fingertips. Those stellar alumni connections, paid internship opportunities, and classroom support have clearly taken you far. Best of luck, Clay. Illinois Wesleyan has long been home to a vibrant community of artists, musicians, designers, and performers. Not only has this small but mighty university graduated some of the most celebrated artists and authors working today, over the years, it has launched a host of working artists who thrive outside the spotlight, making their livings, pursuing their passions. Meet Ethan, a theater major who is going to share with us what he loves about being part of the artistic community here at IWU. Ethan, the spotlight is all yours.
Thanks, Alex. What's going on, everyone? As a kid in the Chicago suburbs growing up, I was mostly interested in sports. However, after getting cast in a couple school musicals, I started to shift my focus to performance. And by the time I was a junior in high school, I knew I wanted to study theater in college. One of the major reasons I chose Illinois Wesleyan University is the artistic community. Not only do we have a vibrant school of art and a revered school of music, where I take voice lessons, but the School of Theater Arts is filled with genuine, real, down-to-earth people who are here to learn and grow just like me. I'm inspired by the talent of our student and professors alike. It's no wonder that our music, theater, and design and technology programs are nationally ranked and acclaimed. What's amazing about that is that every School of Theater Arts student gets the opportunity to work with every faculty member, no one program above another. In addition to our amazing main stage productions, one of the things I really like about Illinois Wesleyan University is that there are dozens of opportunities to create every year. Not only do we have a student film festival, but the Phoenix Theater Company is a completely student-run theater company, which is a space for students to collaborate on projects they're really passionate about. One of the coolest things about Illinois Wesleyan is that no matter what your area of study, you're always going to be exposed to subjects outside of your major. IWU nursing students might quote Shakespeare, and pre-med students might talk philosophy. Because I've taken classes in history and science, I know I'm a better actor. IWU has a storied history in the arts. Oscar nominees, Emmy winners, Obie, Tony, Grammy winners, best-selling authors, actors, musicians, poets, producers, artists, just to name a few. Coming after them, I know there's an amazing support network out there just waiting for me to take my first few steps into my career. Because of all of this, I truly feel ready to graduate Wesleyan and start my journey in this industry. Alex, take it away.
Nicely done, Ethan. With that kind of energy and talent, I have a feeling you have a very bright future ahead. Thanks again. Was that an amazing episode or what, everyone? Now, there's a statue on this campus of one of its past presidents, Minor Myers Jr., who famously said, "Go into the world and do well, but more importantly, do good." After meeting these students and hearing about their experiences, I can see how that motto lives on for these Titans. Thank you so much to the passionate, talented students of Illinois Wesleyan. Best of luck and TGOE. Titan Green over everything. Take care, everyone.